Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Everton CEO Angus Kinnear has exclusively told Toffee TV in an hour-long interview, which will be available on YouTube tomorrow morning at 10 a.m, that if a top-quality right-back had become available towards the end of the transfer market, Everton would have gone for him to obviously challenge Jake O'Brien, Seamus Coleman and Nathan Patterson. Unfortunately, there was not one available, and therefore on the final day of the transfer day, on deadline day, Merlin Rohl was the only business that was ever going to be done. And obviously right back seems to be the next big position Everton have to try and fill. But Angus Kinnear said there was no one out there available, so Everton didn't persist with trying to sign anybody. So yeah, you can check out that interview. If you're a Toffee TV Premier member, that interview is already available. But at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, you will see Angus Kinnear sit down with Baz over an hour to discuss the transfer window, how he become Everton CEO, Hill Dickinson so far, and you know the next few months, and what is in store for Everton going forward. So it's a fantastic interview, so make sure you check that out. And as I said, you know, there's lots of little insights into what we're trying to do as a football club and where we are trying to go. So make sure you check that out. Everton have put out pictures today of the players training ahead of the Merseyside derby on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff at Anfield. A player who was missing from the pitches is Vitaly Mykolenko, who obviously Everton are waiting on to see if he can be available fit. Just because he's not in the pitches doesn't mean he's not going to be available. Sometimes Everton are, you know, clever where they point the camera or what they release out. But David Moyes will be doing his press conference tomorrow morning, I think it is. So I'm sure David Moyes will. Well, he'll either tell everybody or he'll tell nobody. That's up to him. But Everton might just be making a late decision on Vitaly Mykolenko, who, you know, it was missed last week against Aston Villa because it allows James Garner to go into midfield. But against Mo Salah, Mykolenko has done well. And if he could be back for this game, it'd be a huge boost for the team. The balance of the team and the setup, because having James Garner back in midfield is important as well. And obviously going up against someone as good as Mo Salah is, you want a specialist. You want someone obviously who is a left back, who's been playing for left back for a while and knows how to play against the player as well. So we'll have to wait and see whether he's available. But he was not featured in the pictures, but it looked like everybody else in the squad was featured, so that is really good. Talking about left backs, Alan Irvine has done a interview with Paddy Boyland in The Athletic, and one of the things that come up in the interview was Leighton Baines. First of all, he said he convinced David Moyes to sign Leighton Baines. David Moyes was quite happy with Julian Lescott playing left back, but Alan Irvine, as someone who was a shorter player, stuck his neck out for Leighton Baines and said we should sign him. And obviously that was good. That was a good bit of business. But talking about him in a coaching role, he said he's already a very good coach. He could become a manager one day. He's got good ideas about the game and he's very well prepared for sessions. He's got a good way of him in terms of delivering it, real attention to detail, which is important. So yeah, who knows? You know, he's the younger coach as it stands now out of the coaches at Everton. But Alan has said there that, you know, he's 67, so retirement might be not far in the future for him, and maybe then, I don't know, Leighton gets more of a hands-on role under David Moyes, and who knows where the future, you know, we're always banging the drum for an Evertonian being the Everton manager, so who knows, maybe Leighton Baines could be the man in the future with a bit more experience under his belt of taking over from David Moyes. We'll have to wait and see. But make sure you check out that interview in The Athletic, Paddy Boyland doing that. Everton women play tomorrow at Goodison Park. They're playing the London City Lionesses. But tickets have gone on sale as well for their game on the 12th of October when they'll be playing at Hill Dickinson Stadium. Big opportunity for them. They've just moved into Goodison Park, but now they're going to get an opportunity to play at Hill Dickinson. So still tickets available for tomorrow's game, but if you want to go and see them play at Hill Dickinson, then make sure you get your tickets. Could be the first opportunity for you or one of your kids or whoever to get to Hill Dickinson. Maybe you haven't had a chance yet. And this will be a nice opportunity to go and watch Everton women play. It's in the international weekend, isn't it? So if you're doing nothing and you want an excuse to go get out the house and get down to Hill Dickinson Stadium, this is an opportunity. And Everton have also announced that the game against West Ham will be dedicated to the Bradley Lowry Foundation. It is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and his parents and Jermaine Defoe will be special guests on the night at the game. And obviously, you know, Everton have had great links to the Bradley Lowry Foundation in the past, and obviously we've seen them work with them. There's some fantastic pictures of the young man at Goodison Park, sadly before he passed away. So that game is dedicated to Bradley Lowry, and it'll be fantastic to see his parents come to Hill Dickinson, and Jermaine Defoe, who obviously had such a bond with the young man as well. To see them as special guests will be really, really poignant. So not 100% sure what Everton will be doing to fundraise on that night, but whatever they're doing, we will bring that to you here at Toffee TV. So don't forget that Angus Kinnear interview is out at 10 a.m. in the morning on YouTube, but if you're a Toffee TV Premier member, it is already available to watch now, so go and check that out, as is the match preview for the Merseyside derby. We have already sat down and discussed that one. So, yeah, we'll have all the news tomorrow on David Moyes' press conference ahead of that Merseyside derby. So join us tomorrow to check that out. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.